What if Lewis Hamilton's disqualification at the Chinese Grand Prix wasn't just a straightforward technical error, but a sign of something much deeper going wrong inside Ferrari? What first looked like a routine penalty for excessive plank wear has since turned into a much bigger conversation about setup failures, missing data, and a dangerously sensitive car that might be operating on a knife's edge. Now, F1 pundits are asking a critical question. Is modern Formula One testing enough to support cars this complex? Let's break down what really happened, how preseason testing could have prevented it, and what it means for Hamilton's hopes in red. Fresh off his first Ferrari win in the sprint race, Lewis Hamilton looks set to bring home a solid 6th-place finish in the Chinese Grand Prix. But post-race scrutineering told a different story. His SF25 was found to have excessive wear on the skid blocks, leading to a disqualification. The second time in just 18 months he's been penalized for this exact issue, following the same outcome at the 2023 United States Grand Prix. And to make matters worse, Charles Leclerc was also disqualified for a completely different infringement, an underweight car. Ferrari left Shanghai with 0 points and a lot of questions to answer. According to Sky Sports F1 reporter Ted Kravitz, this might all go back to Bahrain. Hamilton was scheduled to run a full race simulation during the final day of preseason testing, but a technical issue, reportedly hydraulic-related, cut his running short, and that single missed session could have had major consequences. Without that data, Ferrari were flying blind when it came to how the car would behave in a full race stint on a dry track. Shanghai, then, became the first real test, and the result was a disaster. In a casual chat with Ted Kravitz in the TV pen on Thursday in Shanghai, Ferrari team principal Fred Vasseur offered 2 key insights, unprompted. First, he admitted that Hamilton's race in Australia had already been compromised due to the lack of a complete race sim in Bahrain. Second, he dismissed the recent team radio issues between Hamilton and engineer Riccardo Adami as nothing serious. But it's that first admission that's far more revealing. Because the Chinese GP was Hamilton's first dry full-distance race with Ferrari, and the first time any of these plank wear issues emerged. Coincidence? Probably not. It turns out Shanghai wasn't the first sign of trouble. Back in Australia, Ferrari engineers noticed something odd after Leclerc topped FP2. The SF25 was running dangerously low to the ground. Fearing another skid block penalty, the team raised the ride height for the rest of the weekend, a move that severely compromised the car's performance. The result? Hamilton and Leclerc qualified P7 and P8 and finished P9 and P10 on Sunday. Ferrari now find themselves stuck between 2 extremes: too low and they risk disqualification, too high and they lose performance. That's not a sustainable place to be in Formula One. And this raises a much larger issue. With only 3 days of preseason testing, split between 2 drivers, a single technical fault, like Hamilton's in Bahrain, can cripple a team's understanding for the first few races. We're dealing with cars that operate within microscopic tolerances, with complex aerodynamics that depend on millimeter-perfect ride height and weight distribution. If you miss just one crucial run in testing, your entire early season setup philosophy can be flawed, as Ferrari are now discovering the hard way. The double disqualification in China dropped Ferrari to 5th in the Constructors' Championship, now tied on points with Williams. And more worryingly, they sit 61 points behind runaway leaders McLaren, who have quietly emerged as the most consistent and balanced team so far in 2025. For a team that began the year with ambitions of challenging for the title, this is a serious setback. None of this is Hamilton's fault. He came into the season prepared. He delivered a sprint win. He showed pace. He adapted to a new car and new team culture. But talent alone can't overcome a team that's not structurally sound. You can't ask a driver to thread the needle for 56 laps while the team misjudges ride height, fuel weight, and tire wear. Hamilton is giving Ferrari everything he has, but right now, they're giving him a car that falls short of the fundamentals. This isn't just about fixing a mistake. It's about rethinking processes from the ground up, from simulation tools to real-world correlation, from conservative setup choices to fail-safes in high-risk areas, like ride height and ballast. Ferrari can't afford to keep making these errors. Not with McLaren soaring, not with Red Bull still threatening, and not with Hamilton still hungry for title number 8. With the Japanese Grand Prix around the corner, Ferrari are under pressure like never before. They need to regain Hamilton's trust. They need to give Leclerc confidence. And most of all, they need to build a car that's not just quick, but compliant, predictable, and consistent from Friday to Sunday. Because if they don't, this dream partnership may start showing cracks far earlier than anyone expected. So what do you think? Was Hamilton's disqualification simply bad luck, or the result of a flawed testing program? Should Ferrari be more conservative with their ride height setups? And is the current F1 testing schedule fit for purpose in 2025? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear what you think. And if you want more in-depth F1 content like this, stories that go beyond the headlines, breakdowns of technical failures, team strategy analysis, and the truth behind every controversy, then give this video a like, subscribe to Paddock Insider, and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment. Here, we don't just follow the race, we follow the story. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.